Okay, we're live now. Sorry for any hold up. Oops, of course we got the camera facing the wrong way now. So, surprise! This is our Halloween edition of A Table and Two Chairs.
Hello everyone, welcome to our podcast.
And as you can see, yes, we're in a very Halloween mood right now as we adjust the camera and work with our new stand here. So, hopefully that stays roughly like that. And welcome to A Table and Two Chairs. We're a little crooked, but we don't care. So, look your mess. What's that?
That's our intro.
What's our intro? I don't think we have an intro yet.
A little crooked, but we don't care.
A little, yeah.
Okay.
I guess so. We can go with that.
I can get down with that.
A little crooked, but we don't care. And like I said before, I don't know what the fuck my dog is. I'm gonna get out my dog.
So puppies do, they try to eat everything.
So anyway, so what he has on right now, in case you're wondering, because you're all thinking, wow, that's the craze of the...
No one's thinking that.
Well, other way.
It's the facial mask we got from the Dollar Tree.
Came right from the Dollar Tree. Can you believe that's only $1? You can wear that on Halloween, and you know you can just say you're going as Michael Myers or Leatherface or many other scary villains.
If you want a facial mask that doesn't fit quite right, you know where to look.
Exactly. So there you have it. You know, this is some top quality collagen enhancing.
Collagen enhanced.
It enhances the collagen and takes years off your face.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm hoping.
We're hoping. So
We'll find out in about 20 more minutes.
He's got a very youthful glow to begin with. So this is just going to add to
More
everything.
More youth.
I just drink beer. It keeps me young and happy.
Oh, that's theory at least.
Yeah, exactly. Why can't we stop aging?
We'll see about his face in 10 years. Am I right?
What? We're talking to them now. Like what?
Okay,
Okay.
you can talk to him like that.
I guess that works. So one of the things we discuss a lot is him and I both have our opinions on hairstyles.
Hairstyles.
And so I'm more of an asymmetrical style, and I like women with asymmetry too. Like as you can see right now, I have my hair to a side, and just my personal thing is you look at him, he's got more of a symmetrical Michael Myers kind of feel right now. So if you feel the need, you can put some in the comments on what your general... Again, this is the Halloween edition. But you can put in the comments what you feel about asymmetry or symmetry. In case those little ones out there are wondering what the difference is, I'm not symmetrical. I have it all to one side.
This is more
it doesn't match.
Look, but I
He's got more of a symmetry going on. Everything is matching from one side to the other. And
the left is the mirror to the right.
David claims that, you know, like studies have proven that
biologically,
we
prefer
human beings prefer symmetry. But I mean, I don't know if I'm the odd man out, because again, I love a chick with like that half shaved look, you know, and a few other asymmetrical styles. But I mean, I think women are beautiful in general.
What attracts you to that style?
What attracts to this style? I mean, well, I'm attracted to women in general. Like I said, they're beautiful, you know. So I can't.
Yeah, we all at that point. What attracts you to the asymmetrical?
There's something about the fact that we're told, and again, I've read in science books where it says that we're supposed to be attracted to this one thing, and it's the symmetry, and the symmetry is perfect, and we got like I've seen the little videos where they show this big group of people, symmetrical people and non-symmetrical, and all these people are going, oh, as we fall down.
Whoa.
Ooh,
balance.
Frightening.
Everything's okay. Equipment's good.
We're good. We might not be facing it.
Yeah, reorient.
I'm going to reorient. I think we're kind of there. Let's double check though.
Jeez, that was crazy.
No, we're right on you.
Good.
We're good.
Where you are sitting.
Yep, we're
You can
good.
see your chair fine?
Yes, we're perfect actually. So you can see my messy house in the background too. What's not to love? So anyway, as we were saying, Man, I kind of there's something cool about people who like going against the norm. I guess that there's something attractive about that to me. It's
Piece of that.
so I guess that's what it is. So
Yeah, some people are very attracted to it.
then
Yeah.
again, that's my thing. And personally, for my facial structure, I don't know. I think I got a relatively symmetrical face, but I just always have found myself liking when my hair is asymmetrical. It just works for me. The weird thing to me is also though that when I look in a mirror, I always get this weird feeling when I look in a picture because when I look in a picture, when I look in a mirror, it's always to the left hand side, obviously, so it looks different than I see in a picture, and it's the right hand side. So that's the only thing that kind of throws me off every now and then. Is as weird as that sounds, like if you see a picture yourself,
The
you
handedness. Yeah.
That's
the advantage of being symmetrical with the hair.
exactly. So you kind of see the same in the pictures out. So when I look at pictures of myself that aren't reversed, it kind of throws me off, which is weird. But I don't know where I was going with that. I just an observation I made about my personal hairstyles that I tend to go with. So how long do you leave this awesome mask on? I was debating.
You typically.
So it's 15 minutes.
Like this thing around the mouth. Anyway, typically about 20 minutes or so.
So you put on longer than they're telling you.
Soothing, 15 minutes. Well, usually with these masks, it's a good 20 minutes.
Now, with the facial hair, can I put it on the facial hair, or is that not usually
with
recommended?
you can still do it. A sheet mask, definitely. With the level of thickness of your facial hair, you're probably not going to do a whole lot to those areas, but the rest of your face will take it in. It'll do wonders. Like, yeah, some of this will help to get cleared up nicely.
Are you trying to knock my pores? What did they do to you?
It's just, we gotta do these things for our pores, you know? Gotta give them a little love and care. With a nice little sheet mask. And boy, do these things look silly.
They are cold.
They look
Very
silly.
cold. I'm nervous about putting this on.
So you have to, this one's not gonna do you any favors.
Ooh,
from
it's
the dollar
covered in slime,
Not gonna
too.
do you any favors from the dollar store, but you gotta separate it carefully without tearing it
Yeah, I think I got this.
until it resembles a face. See what's going
I
on here?
think
He's never done this before. It's his first time. I'm so proud of him.
Yeah.
No, okay, he's doing a good job with the unfolding. He's mechanically minded. He's doing a good job with the unfolding of the face. Good job with the unfolding of the face mask.
Sounds like you've unfolded faces before. You look like a serial killer.
Dun 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 dun. All right, let's see. You're getting it going.
Okay. Oh, I feel like a new man just looking at it.
Yeah, yours is looking a little more.
Freddy Krueger style or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I feel like this is how Leatherface felt when he put on that
I
first.
think it's gonna go good. Mine, I just.
It kind of looks like the Punisher, a little bit. But either way, I feel like I know how Leatherface felt.
Mm-hmm.
He's fictional, but he's based on real people,
Yeah.
and kind of,
Good and unfolded.
and I kind of get a feeling that how great he felt when he just
Okay, stick it on.
ooh when he
You
just.
gotta like get it up on your forehead.
I do what I want. Let's make that
What
very
I
clear
have to
now.
deal with.
I do what I want. And this is how I want to do it. And
this-
I feel so
This sheet mask is not the best around the mouth, but
invigorated.
Spread it also-
I feel free. I am free. I'm a free spirit. I'm as free as a bird.
free
Right
bird,
now.
I just recommend around the nose. Just
I do what I want.
take it. It's underneath the mask, spread
Whoa.
it out over the nose. You want a little shine on the nose when it's all said and done.
Little shine on the nose, a little shiner. Doesn't work.
Yep.
It's gonna go right in my eye. And anyways, I can kind of see it over here. I feel like a serial killer now. And it's nice. It's a good feeling.
It's the great thing about facials. Is they're always going to look silly. They're always going to look extremely silly. But boy, do they feel good.
I mean, I've never had a facial, so
Well, it's about time you get in touch with your feminine side. Or at least try to.
I feel like I'm somewhat in touch with my feminine side. Maybe not as much as others, but I feel I'm relatively in touch with my feminine side. Rocket's having a visit, but he's gonna knock over the camera, so I'm gonna
balance. So
he's so cute, isn't he?
Knocked over your hipster glasses.
Almost knocked over my hipster glasses. So they cost me a pretty penny. I don't want those falling.
Now that yours is going off. Here we go. Time for me to remove mine.
Oh, you're removing yours already? What?
It's been 15 minutes.
Go longer. This is the Halloween edition, after all. Episode 1 and the Halloween edition at the same time. So, I mean, that's pretty awesome. I mean, we're a couple weeks away from Halloween. But David, a.k.a. Sam, will not be here on Halloween, so...
Back down south, I go.
Back down south, he goes. Although I'll probably be in that general area at some point. But, yeah, so... Do I look like a serial killer? Or
you look like a serial killer, and you sound like you project your voice well.
Okay, good. As long as I look like a serial killer, that's
something I can be a little forgetful about. Despite a teacher.
Cheers, Johnny. But the only problem is all the serial killers with this freaking wearing the face shit, like Michael Myers and Leatherface, they don't really talk. So I mean, we're kind of contradicting the whole serial killer.
Oh, no, that makes sense. It's hard to talk with this thing on.
For you, right? I guess I just talk a lot, kind of like, so.
You have no idea.
I'm very opinionated.
Extremely opinionated.
Yeah, but it's a good thing. I'm a little biased, though.
I'm more passive. I just like to have a good facial. Feel good about myself.
Okay, I would never say that to anybody. I like to have a good facial. Like, I guess that's not bad.
Plenty of people.
Look up another word for meaning of facial. Go to the Urban Dictionary and
crying out loud.
Search facial.
Such a pervert.
And discuss the fact that you like facials. I mean, just putting it out there.
I didn't know how to respond.
Good for you.
I didn't know exactly what you were
referring to. You don't know what I'm referring to? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm trying to figure out if I can... Oh, somebody texted me. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure out if I can drink while getting a facial, or if it's... There we go. Oh, they're sturdy, at least. I noticed that. So I try to stretch it. And
drinking beer with a sheet mask.
It works.
You don't see that all the time.
Exactly. New innovations every day. I'm going to make my own Dollar Tree mask where I can look like a serial killer and easily drink beer with my cat.
Is just cut the mouth part a little more and you'll be all set. It's not like it'll be a crazy invention.
And you're being a naysayer right now. A negative Nancy.
I'm just saying it was easy, not bad.
I feel like you're stepping on my dreams right now. Like, my dreams are this cat.
He is as opinionated as...
My dreams are this cat.
Sensitive.
And look, here's what David did. Bye. Just threw him away.
But they'll come right back.
No animals, at least at this point.
They'll come right back to you, just like your dreams.
No animals were harmed in the making of this live video. He's actually right here. It looked like he may have disappeared, but he's actually right here, purring away. Oh, and there he is, looking like David Bowie.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's what I strive for.
Okay. Well, rock and roll all night. That's Kiss, isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't say it was David Bowie.
Just saying.
I'm just saying.
I went to his exhibit at the museum, and
he's not coming back, David.
Yeah, I know. And he went out beautifully, and I don't want to revisit that.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Bowie, he went out beautifully.
I don't know how he went out. How did he go out? It wasn't like heroin, like all these other people, right?
It was cancer.
Okay, that's a little better. I don't know if
but he got some beautiful way to die. He got some music videos out, some final work out before he went. Just very poetically done, brilliantly done.
Brilliantly done. Okay, good. That's all that matters. So, anyways, I kind of jumped into that first subject a little bit, again, as far as like hairstyles and whatnot, and And so that's one of the areas that, I like talking about is the fact that Dave and I agree drastically differently on, so I guess we would be agreeing, but we disagree a lot on how we do our own personal styles. So I don't know. I just wanted to just say, yeah, but his style works for him. My style works for me. So you do your own thing, and you do you. I don't enjoy facials as much as David does. It's not my.
Okay, wait. This is his first mask. He's just trying.
I use the liquid masks. I just haven't used a paper mask, and I don't like saying I enjoy facials because that.
Why? Why is
different? Because my mind's more in the gutter than you. Clearly,
okay, that's fair.
So I don't like announcing on live YouTube that
you probably
I
like
facials.
the more ritzy face mask.
I honestly, the Dollar Tree, they got these little charcoal things that go on the nose.
Just look, it's not even wrapping around the bottom of his face. You gotta
because the facial hair is getting in the way, you dingus.
You can still.
And so anyway, so what I like about the Dollar Tree is they actually, and again, everything at the Dollar Tree is $1. So we got 2 masks for $1, 50 cents for this serial killer mask for Halloween. Come on, think about it. You spent
purpose.
50 cents on your Halloween mask, and it looks scarier than most Halloween masks you can buy anywhere else. So
for one
and you can give your kid one, you can give your spouse one. It just works on so many levels. So just keep that in mind as far as this mask is phenomenal. But anyway, they have these little charcoal strips too that just go right on the nose, and they're little black charcoal strips. You wet them slightly and you let them sit for a few minutes, and then afterwards they remove blackheads, and you get like 3 for $1, so 33 cents a piece for those. They can also double as part of your Halloween costume if you want to. If you're, I don't know, if you grew up poor like me, you try to be inventive and find great new ways to save money and make your face look flawless at the same time. That was the gayest thing I've ever said. After saying
make your face
something about facials. Facials, what?
Yeah, that was. Well, I mean, it's one way to put it. I'm proud of you for being able to say that.
Yes.
Proud of him.
Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, just putting that all out there. So, you can choose a subject. I don't know. We don't have anything scripted. In the future, we might start scripting things. We'll actually have an introduction to what we do, but for now, we're just swinging it.
With that said, I don't know that my facials done. I'm feeling too relaxed to pick the topic.
You say
the
picks?
downside. Picks the topic.
To pick a topic.
He's a bit of a grammar Nazi, as we say.
Never.
Majorly.
Where did the term grammar Nazi come from, anyway?
I believe. I don't know where it originated from.
Germany?
Well, the term Nazi, yeah.
No. I'm not talking about the term.
Okay.
Thank you. I was unaware that Nazi was a German term. But now I know. The more you know.
We got to talk about the 1930s and the 40s then.
I don't know. I don't want to talk about the 1930s.
Forget about
That's
that.
fucking
Forget
stupid.
about it.
We're in the fucking 2018. We're almost to the 2020s. We don't need to talk about 1930s. Sorry.
Well, forgetting about tragedies of the past for now. Focusing on happy topics. What happy
like
topic?
my face mask.
Like your face mask. I feel like you're not completely taking it seriously. Though, like when you have
Me
a
not
face
taking
mask,
the face mask seriously? No way. I love facials.
It's hydrating your face. You're supposed to feel calmed and soothed. I feel like you're really taking.
I can't
care
wait
of
to
yourself.
go on social media and announce that I had my first facial.
You're not gonna do that.
I'm not going to do that.
No.
Very good call.
No, I know.
I'm not doing it. I mean, I did it on here. I announced it.
Well, this isn't the same thing as your social media account, so.
Hey, it's kind of social media. I've got 5 followers.
You gonna post this video on your
I'll-
dating profile?
I think I will. By the way, I'm single, ladies. He's not. But I am, in fact, single. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I won't talk like this. He's engaged.
I'm engaged to a lovely lady, and now I can act as feminine as I want to and not have to worry about it.
I guess we can talk about that a little bit if you want to. We can talk about masculinity and femininity and gender roles and all that.
Boy.
I mean, that's a strong subject, and
It's a strong subject.
I'm a very strong proponent for people being who they are, and that's where I can kind of leave it at that for my opinion. On
Talk about gender roles. Good thing I just had my facial, or I'd be feeling kind of heated right now.
What?
I mean, I'm relaxed.
Why would you feel heated without it? I go years, literally 35 years without a facial, and I felt pretty relaxed many a time. So
it's very soothing. If you're listening to this and you haven't tried it,
call me. I'll give you a facial from the Dollar Tree, sick fucks.
we'll make a dedicated video on how to do your facial.
And again, if you're attracted young female between the ages of 25 and 35, I'll go up to 40.
If you're someone who has one of those squishy balls to relieve stress and you haven't tried a facial,
call me.
Why?
Oh.
And call them too.
We were going completely different directions.
Call them too.
We will get you a Dollar Tree facial. Well, I will. I don't see what's so funny. This is not Urban Dictionary stuff. This is genuine Halloween mask facial we're talking about here. It's not funny, David. Please don't make this into something that it's not. Mm-hmm. We're talking about facials. Mm-hmm. Don't make it something it's not. Be appropriate. If you can't see right now, I'm not laughing.
No. Not on the outside, at least.
Anyway, I changed the subject very quickly. So anyway, back to the whole masculinity, femininity, all that jazz.
What would you say about that? People should be themselves?
Well, we talked about it earlier. Okay. I like people for who they are. And what I don't like is people who aren't who they are. And nowadays, I love that people are able to come out and just be who they are with less fear than they used to. I'm not saying it's 100%.
It's reduced.
It's reduced. It's still there,
yeah.
But it's not like it was when we were in high school. What I personally didn't like in high school was, I guess now I'm much more open to it, but I didn't like the people in high school who were pretending to be something they weren't. And, now that I'm older, I don't see that as much, which is nice. As far as I know, I don't see it as much. I don't know. So I just like people being who they are, whether you want to be masculine, feminine, boy, girl. I don't think there's 67 genders. That's my personal opinion.
Oh boy.
I'm going to it.
He's going there.
I'm going there. I don't care if you want to call yourself that 67th gender, I'm okay with it. But I think we'd narrow it down to maybe 5. I don't know.
5, 3, 4. I mean, how do you pick?
I don't know. I don't think there's. I think this whole 67 is weird.
It all depends on whether or not you want to take the spectral features of the nature of gender and turn that into a diverse classification system or not, right?
But again, I think that when you get to 67, you're going back to that whole overthinking thing, and I don't like overthinking. It's simplified more. In fact, I think there are multiple genders, but I think there's closer to 5 than 67. I'm not saying there's only 5. I'm not saying there's.
Yes,
I'm not saying there's even 5, but
even those 5 you claim would exist would manifest themselves in different ways.
But I wouldn't go as deep as to call it 67.
I know,
even if there's ways to modify it, like I guess you'd consider me a cisgendered male, but I have feminine qualities and I have masculine qualities.
Definitely.
And I still consider myself a cis male, but somebody else in my same exact sexuality might consider themselves one of these other extended versions of gender because they're slightly different. And so that's why I say what I say. So I'm not trying to knock anybody who thinks there's 67 gender, but I think they might be overthinking it.
I mean, in a way, gender, in our sense, gender identity, how we define our genders, it's all based around...
You're shaking the camera.
Sorry for the earthquake. All based around looking at people around us, men, women, and others, and comparing
You triggered
ourselves,
me just now, but anyway, I'm listening.
Comparing ourselves and how we see ourselves and what we relate to these people. or themselves in a way performing as they go through their daily lives. But nonetheless, it's all based around these comparisons to the people around us. And yes, you say that turns into 67 genders. That is a complicated result, certainly. Seems like it's going to be a lot for some people to keep track of. Maybe there are other ways to explain this.
If you have any other way to explain it, you can send us links, whatever you feel like.
Please do. Open discussion. There's different ways of the classification of understanding ourselves and how we relate to the world around us in terms of gender roles.
Sorry, I just want people to see how awesome my Halloween mask is.
I'm glad you're enjoying your facial that much.
I just know how cool it looks because I saw yours.
Well, mine was attached to my face a little more.
I like to pretend it's skin for my enemies. I should go get some blood from the bathroom. I have some fake blood from Walmart that cost me $1.39. Anyways, just put it out there. Go back to your 67 genders.
To my 67 genders.
I wish there were 69. That'd be a better number.
I always approve of that number showing up any way we see fit.
One of the best numbers of all time.
We can all agree on that. I hope.
I hope one day, if there's going to be 67, that they can find two more and make it an even 69. Even, get it? Because it's odd.
So they won't have too much trouble.
So that's our goal. If there's going to be 67, we can bring it up to 69, guys. And then I'll agree that there might be 69 genders.
69 genders, that is a number.
Right now, I'm going for 5. But
so we all want our...
You're shaking the goddamn table.
Sorry, I can't control myself. We all want our identity to be understood. We also all want to see the number 69 more. So let's...
Giggity.
Let's figure something out.
Let's do it. If you get nothing else from this podcast, get that we need 69 genders. The world needs love right now. And what better way to give them love than to give them 69 individual genders? Specifically catered to every single motherfucker out there.
Now, if you're listening to this and you've maybe explored or questioned your own gender and you're figuring that out, it says
we have no scientific background in it, but we'll discuss it.
Well, I have personal experience. Understand that exploration process. Wish you the best of luck.
I dated a feminist.
You're just spreading stuff out in the middle of my sentence.
You have experience. I dated a feminist. Have you ever? Not. Have you ever dated an extreme feminist? Have you?
No.
I'm still good friends with her. But you learn way more about gender identity from dating an extreme feminist than you've ever wanted to know.
What did you feel that you learned?
I'll let you finish your sentence, then we'll go on to that.
Well, I was just saying, I understand that it's a day-by-day process. Always focus on exploring yourself and know that your story is unique to you. Find people to relate to invest energy in, but always be aware that your story will be differentiated to a great extent from those around you. That's all I'd say about that. Anyway.
And I want to add on to that, don't get too deep into any isms, whatever they are. Like, extreme any ism, not good.
Yeah.
It just leads to bad things, in my opinion.
Isms can be risky when you get deep into that stuff. You were saying you were going to share with us your story of dating
an extreme
feminist. Which branch? First wave, second wave, third wave feminism?
You matter. I don't know. I'm not too deep into that, but you matter.
It was pretty modern.
Modern feminism, I guess, is the best way of putting it. And again, fantastic girl. She's sure to let it. I hope we don't know, but I don't know. There's just some strange things that you hear about. Like, if I accidentally use the wrong pronoun, I'm sorry. I'm gonna if a gentleman walks into my place of work back when I was working customer service and they're wearing a dress, I'm still not sure how to refer to them. And I'm not going to try to be offensive, but I'm going to probably say ma'am to a gentleman that walks in a dress. Like, you know, but I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
But you bring up an important thing. People use clothing as an indicator. Now, what if you saw a man in makeup but otherwise male clothing?
Then I'd be really fucking confused. But I tend to, I'm the type of person who uses ma'am and sir. A big part of my childhood, well, you know, like part of it was in Texas. And I was in Texas, and it instilled in me to use ma'am and sir when I greet people. So when I worked in customer service, I would use ma'am and sir. And even now, like I'll go to Burger King, McDonald's. I got waited on by a young lady with sideburns. And I said, yes, ma'am, you know, when I checked out, and thank you, ma'am, and all that jazz. And then I checked out, the cashier register sheet said Jason. And I don't know if this girl was just logged in under Jason's name or if this girl was identifying as Jason. Because again, she had sideburns, but you could tell she was feminine looking. Mm-hmm. So she wasn't wearing makeup. But so those are the things that I feel like I'd be judged for a little bit more in the presence of my ex. That, me personally, I'm trying to just be a nice person and refer to them what they identify as, but I don't know, you know. And so I don't know. I think there's too much in that community. There's a lot of like this judgment of us cisgendered males, you know, using the wrong pronouns when I'm not personally using a pronoun as an offensive term. I'm trying to go by my best.
But your case isn't. Deep down, everyone understands your situation, your case, and your motivation, and your uncertainty with the situation. And pretty much no one.
Pretty much no one, but I think there are people who will, though.
Yeah, but even within the communities that are very active with these, you know, gender identity and gender politics, they understand that if it's not clear to you, then like the use of pronouns is meant to be respected when you know what that individual wants. When you explicitly know what that individual wants.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess my biggest thing is if you see me at your local Burger King and I call you ma'am or sir, please don't take offense. I guess good way to put it.
Yeah.
I don't know what this has to do with my ex being a feminist, but just putting it out there.
One thing leads to another.
Yeah.
So she had sideburns, huh?
They have sideburns. The proper term is they. And if I know somebody wants to refer to as they, I'll laugh about it a little bit in my head, but I'll use they. So, I mean, I guess that's...
Laugh about it in your head.
I'll laugh a little bit about it. I mean, it's not... I'm not making fun of anybody, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm not referring to anybody's... It's
given his honest opinion.
Right? Yeah. I think I'm pretty well open compared to a lot of this country, especially in the last 2 years, per se. We're not going to go there today. Yeah, he's done some good things. People want to fault the guy for being 100% a horrible person and that he's only doing bad for this country. I've seen a couple things that he's doing good, and I'm going to be the first to say that I didn't vote for the guy, but he's not as bad as some people think. He's not as good as others are saying.
Well, yeah, we were in a pretty difficult situation with the two options presented.
Exactly. So I don't think it would have been any better with the other option. Let's put it. Me personally, I don't think it would have been any better. It would have been different, but you'd have just as many people pissed off in that situation too.
Yes, and now we're looking forward to 2020, and it's which would be less divided.
But yeah, I like that subject. I like that because me personally, I see people on my Facebook page all the time. I don't know that 100% David's political stance. I know a lot of it, but me personally, I am registered as independent.
Yeah, we don't disagree a lot.
I'm a registered independent, but I consider myself a moderate. Mm-hmm. I'm left leaning moderate though. I really am, because I believe in equal rights and I'd like to see one day universal health care. So that's, but there's other issues that I'm kind of right wing on, but not a whole lot.
gotta take it issue by issue. Make
Exactly.
sense of it for yourself. I mean, your position's not.
But I've had people, because I do lean a little bit left. They said, "Well, why are you voting that way? Because you're a Democrat." I'm like, please don't label me as a Democrat. I like Democrats, and guess what? There's Republicans I like too. That's kind of how it works when you're an independent. You choose by the issue and the strengths that you like and the weaknesses that you like. You know, I don't know why you like weaknesses, but you get what I'm saying. And I don't know. So anyways, I'm on social media a lot more than David is. You know, he's
Facebook addict.
I'm a Facebook addict, amongst other things. But but anyway, so I see all this, like, I post a lot of political stuff, but it's more in satire, and you know, and just all in fun. But I'll post stuff about the left. I'll post stuff about the right. I'll post religious stuff. You know, it just everything. Answer religious stuff. You know, it's just what I think is funny. I post. But then there's a couple of people on my Facebook that are like have that extreme isms that we were talking about earlier, and they're extreme about stuff. And so like, it's this one kid that uses liberalism as an insult, like liberals, you know, and like, come on, man, like. That you're doing exactly what media wants you to do by taking every single liberal and lumping him to a group sum. I generally like the kid.
Scapegoating.
Yeah, exactly. I generally like the kid, but I don't like his politics because they're too extreme to the right. And again, he'll post stuff that's fake just to get under people's skin. And I'm like, what is going on here? Me personally, I'll be the first to say, I'll see something, I'll like it, I think it's funny, I'll post it. Later on, find out that it's not true, and like kind of just delete it and not mention it again. But I don't purposely post something to cause others discomfort and annoyance. I don't know. And I understand that my friends are going to have different political beliefs than me sometimes. And media would tell me that I can't be friends with them because they got opposing viewpoints. And I've got friends who see it that way. And I just want to say, no, you can be friends with liberals, you can be friends with conservatives. You're going to disagree on some things, but in the whole, you're still human beings trying to survive in this world.
We're facing a modern crisis in terms of this division. Very serious modern crisis that could lead to very, very dark places for this country.
Well, the thing is, like, we study history for a reason. We study history so it doesn't repeat itself.
Ideally.
Yeah, that's the goal of it. But then we got Fox News spreading the liberals are all pieces of shit. We got MSNBC spreading this, the conservatives are all bad. And guess what? Maybe the media is not that great, but the people who are following it are just probably following what the parents taught them. That's my observation. Most of these people are choosing that path either because their parents taught them that or because their parents taught them the opposite and they want to rebel. And then they find something nice in it that they like and they stick to it. So, I don't know. My personal stance on it is that we need to work together. And guess what? You can be conservative or liberal or somewhere in between and vote the opposite side. Vote, you know?
Yes.
I don't know.
Evil can be found in the way we treat each other, not our own political ideologies, unless you're Nazi.
Well, I'm not defending the Nazi party at all.
Where you go with this?
No, but I'm saying even the Nazi party, there were people trying to stop Hitler. There were a huge part of the Nazi party that disagreed with what was going on and tried to stop Hitler. At the same time, don't be a Nazi. Don't be a Nazi. Yes. But even in that, there were. I mean, what was that? The Tom Cruise movie about Valkyrie. Project Valkyrie, which was the whole thing was about, like this group of insiders plotting to kill Hitler because they thought the whole thing was fucked up. So they were becoming part of this. They were part of the whole thing, but they weren't involved in the deaths of all these people. They were more plotting to actually overthrow Hitler and get away from what was going on. So, if you're a Nazi, that's probably not good, but, you know, there's...
No.
Okay, I'm going to stop there.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that in modern day, there's no... That was like 1940s, so that's a lot different than modern day. If you're a modern day Nazi, you're probably a douchebag. So, yeah.
Probably. Well, we found that out with Charlottesville.
And I'm sure even there's some people that are there because somebody close to them is manipulating them into that situation. I don't think anybody willingly chooses to be a Nazi their entire life. Or anything like that. I think a lot of this is
you're saying to allow those people to redeem themselves. In other words, so a lot of them have lost.
Well, I mean, like American History X. Mm-hmm. I think that's an excellent movie. I haven't seen it in years, but I think people are capable of change. Not everybody's capable of change, but I think a lot of people are capable of change. And I think it's a case-to-case basis for these people who lost their jobs. I don't think. I mean, that's a gray zone as far as people losing their jobs over their stance on things. A lot of these people, even though they're with this group that I despise, there's probably a couple of them there that aren't racist. Not very many, but there might be a couple. I don't know. I don't know them personally, so I can't say for they are. And then there's people that are capable of change always. You know, there's certain things you can't forgive, but you know, I don't know. That's just my personal belief in that. And at the same time, I don't know what I would do as an employer. If I were an employer and I saw one of my people go and do one of those things like that, I'd probably fire him too. So I mean, I'm saying both sides of it because as an employer, I couldn't have somebody like that working for me. Mm-hmm. But if they come back in 10 years and said, "Hey, I can't believe what kind of idiotic thinking I had. Can I have my job back?" You know, I might have a different stance on it.
You do have to forgive people.
To an extent. It depends on what
let them find the error. Yeah, let them find the error in their ways. No, when you have to say goodbye forever.
It's been more than 15 minutes, I believe, right?
Oh, yeah, we've been... Okay. You can take that off.
I'm going to take off my Halloween mask.
Yeah, now you got a nice glistening glow. What you want to do is take your hand, as I was doing, and massage it into the skin. Just spread out that goodness.
I don't
spread out that goodness on
goodness, the Dollar Tree goodness.
Well, we'll see how good a job it does, but it's still good for your skin, I'm sure. Rub it in. Definitely get your nose. Your nose could use a little bit.
Fuck you! He's very judgmental about skin.
Could benefit. It wasn't that harsh.
I'm over here, like, looking through my dating profiles, and we're looking at some random people's things.
Him to get better skin.
Looking through random profiles of single ladies, and I'm over here. Oh, this girl's cute. This girl's okay. He's like, first thing he says, that girl needs to exfoliate. I'm like, really? Really?
I don't normally say that when I see. I was just pointing out that a nice exfoliation would help with skin confidence for her.
But how do you know she's not confident in her own skin? You're assuming at that point.
It's just a comment. Just a suggestion.
Okay. Because I mean, she could be very confident in her own skin. You don't know. You don't know her. You don't know her. Think about that.
Should we talk about comments you've made?
Absolutely. I make a lot of inappropriate comments. I'm slightly less politically correct than he is.
Probably not surprised. Yeah, you don't mince words as much. I'm more cautious with that which cometh forth from my mouth.
I'm not very filtered, typically. And that's about the job, then I tend to be very filtered and well-behaved.
Well, I tend to be more filtered for a few reasons. I wouldn't want anyone to be made upset by what I say either.
I think if people are upset by what I say, they're overthinking it. That's very much what I go back on it. You'll notice from me, you'll hear a lot of vulgar language, but it's because I think we should normalize swear words. Because without like we talked about this earlier, I think hate speech is ridiculous and unnecessary, and that should not be normalized. But the word fuck, who's that hurting? It's hurting somebody because they're taught that it's a bad word. To me, it helps relieve stress to say fuck when I'm mad. If I stub my toe, I'm like, go, ooh, ouchie. I'm going to go, motherfucker, I stubbed my toe. I'm sorry. It makes my toe feel a little bit better just screaming expletives. I don't know. And when I'm mad or angry, just that little extra expletive that he hears constantly from me. You know.
Right. Helps relieve the stress at the moment.
And sometimes I do it to be funny. I'm not going to lie.
I think it's now that your mask is off, you've massaged that in all nice. I think it's looking good. I think this is probably about the point where we call it the end of our Halloween podcast.
We should have ended it with the masks on. Ooh. Okay.
Stick it back on.
Stick it back on for real quick. And so, yeah, we could go on for hours if we wanted to, but it's close to bedtime. I don't even know if it's still recording, to be honest with you. We'll find out. We've been talking to ourselves for the last 15 minutes.
This has been an episode of A Table and Two Chairs.
Thanks for watching, and
have a spooky Halloween.
Yeah. So we're going to keep going for another 30 seconds because I'm zooming on you for a second here. Oh.
I just took it off.
Well, too bad. Okay, we went 49 minutes. Let's reverse. This has been A Table
and Two Chairs.
I'm trying to get back to you. You have your mask on, though. Whatever.
We've ended it.
Okay.
We ended it.
Bye.